Coming up on Texas Parks and Wildlife.
And it's not important to people until they have a natural disaster. You don't think about it until you need them.
This is the headwaters for Buckner's Creek. They're protecting the grasses, which means they're protecting the water quality.
Erosion really accelerated over the last 4 or 5 years. Rough estimates, probably 3 to 5 acres a year.
Texas Parks and Wildlife, a television series for all outdoors.
If somebody needs our help, we're going to be there for them.
They sacrificed, and I will never forget that.
Any kind of natural disaster, we're ready to go.
Since 1895, our game wardens have played a critically important role serving Texas and Texans. Our game wardens help protect our lands, our waters, our fish, our wildlife, our property, our environment, but also our lives.
Okay, take a break. We're good. We're good. We got you.
I got you right here.
Their ability to be mobile, to know that terrain like the back of their hand. In many instances, our game wardens are multiplying the reach of that county sheriff.
They've been doing what equivalates to search and rescue for a long time, since our agency began.
Our search and rescue team consists of a very integrated team of exceedingly well-trained professionals. We have well-trained aircraft and helicopter pilots that can search areas by air, can get people where they need to go quickly. We have canine teams that can be sent in to help track scents and find people that are lost or in danger.
That's good.
We work with some of the most advanced technology, from underwater on up into the air with aviation. On our dive team boats and the sonar that we have on some of our boats stationed throughout the state, to our swiftwater boats when we're running swiftwater rescues, to our aviation assets, we can pretty much cover everything that Texas has to offer.
If you would imagine laying on your belly, closing your eyes, and crawling through a forest, drop the temperature about 40 degrees. That's how I describe it. The diving we do is completely technical.
It's cold, dark, and scary. You're lucky if you can see a few inches.
The division equipped us with state-of-the-art diving equipment and search equipment.
It's changed the way that we've done things and cut the recovery times, down to a fraction.
The value of this program, the search and rescue program as a whole, is just the how much we're able to enhance what our game wardens do out in the field.
I can't even begin to explain how important I think that is to our state, and to the individual communities. And it's not important to people until they have a natural disaster. You don't think about it until you need it.
We're responsible for the whole state.
There's such a diversity in the missions that we fly. Public safety, any kind of law enforcement.
Hurricane Harvey has just been upgraded to a Category 4 storm.
This was a millennial flooding event.
We've never had a massive flood like this, so I really wasn't sure what to expect.
A span of probably about 10 or 15 minutes, I went from the water being about 50 feet away to over my ankles, standing on Highway 12.
The amount of water, with the amount of devastation, we did not have one loss of life.
These helicopters have had a rough one the last few days when you consider the fact that they've been flying through torrential rains and high winds, all to bring people who are stranded to safety.
Just hang right there. Don't let go of that, okay? I got you.
These people were out of electricity for 2-3 days, out of food, out of water, need of medical attention.
You can't put a value on human life and the people that we would have lost. Parks and wildlife people coming in with their game wardens, with their boats, with their equipment, with their resources, without a doubt, represent the best of Texas.
Their passion for what they do, I was humbled by that.
Some of those green trucks had family that they left and risked their lives for us here. They were here to do a job, and they went above and beyond.
We're in Fayette County, about 10 miles south of Smithville. Pretty much in central Texas, if you want to call it that. I'm Rick Castello, the person that manages this farm for our family, the Vacek family farm.
Big heritage in their family. It goes way back to their grandfathers and great-grandfathers.
Sign on the front gate says it's been in the family for over 100 years.
This farm was actually started in 1899 by George and Mary Vacek. Those were my grandparents. His dad actually started the original place, and they bought part of the farm from them. It's a very large extended family. When we have family reunions, we can have over 120 of us show up. This is a family operation. I just write an email and say, hey, we're going to build a fence, and then cousins come to help out. Hey, John.
Next up. Next.
Every Easter we work cattle, so we're going to have over 45 of us in from all over the country.
It's something I always look forward to. The family gets together, and it's good to see everyone.
Everybody's got their job, and we stick to it.
You can always learn something.
Get on the very end. We got them? Anywhere from 3 years old up to 85, 86 years old. Move them up. We'll have the kids giving shots. We'll let them put ear tags in. There we go. Good job. We'll let them do all the things. Make sense, guys? So they can have experienced it. Okay. Oh. So when they have to go do it, they said, I've done it one time. I think I can do this again. There you go. Good. We're good. All right, let her through.
These young kids are so good at it. I hope that kid's okay. Yep. They signed up to a lot of different things and they got the right irons on fire. They've done a great job on conservation.
This is the headwaters for Buckner's Creek, tributary to the Colorado River. They have good range management. They're protecting the grasses, which means they're protecting the water quality. So everything they do here has an effect on all the communities from here to the Gulf.
Seems to be flowing clean and clear. I'm Marshall Trigg, and I coordinate the LCRA Creekside Conservation Program. When we first got started, this was one large pasture that only had one true water source. We didn't want his cattle watering in Buckner's Creek. Rick, I'm seeing a lot of native grasses here in this pasture.
We really like to one day reintroduce quail back into it.
They worked with NRCS to implement the conservation plan, and through the Creekside Conservation Program put in 2 cross fences and 2 water troughs to implement a rotational grazing plan.
This field right here was all mesquites at one time. We replanted it back into native grasses. One of the more important things we did though is we actually signed a conservation easement on the land.
A conservation easement is a legal document that we work with partnerships with the landowner to protect that land from development.
They can work cattle, hunt, fish, do what they want on the property. Just keeps it from being broke into smaller and smaller tracts.
The easement protects land forever.
It's forever and ever, amen.
This is my birthplace. It's been in the family now for over 100 years.
Each room when it was renovated.
This conservation easement honors them in such a way. The future of this place is that when people come years and years, all the generations keep fanning out, they will have a place to come and have the same memories we had.
My favorite time of the day here is about 6:30 or 7 in the morning when I can look over all of this. It's so peaceful. It's just very calming, and you know, you get to see God's work. Look at you. Get in the road. Good job. There you go.
We could use more folks like the Vacek family and Rick.
All right.
I loved it.
You love doing this? I know you do.
I think he instills that kind of conservation stewardship into the younger generation.
So you think you'll go fishing in this pond one day? Yeah. With Granddaddy?
Yeah.
We're gonna put orange 38.
This is a working farm. We have to get the young ones interested in participating. And that's what's going to be the best legacy.
Get those horns up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Get your horns. Yeah, look at that. I like it. Thank you. Go team.
This is not about me, it's about the family. I have the, I'll say, honor to help run the place. It's all about the family.
There are more ways than ever to help Texas Parks and Wildlife protect the outdoors through the Conservation License Plate Program. More than $9 million has been generated from the sale of these plates, funding wildlife research and big game restoration, protecting native species and their habitats, studying fish populations to improve Texas fishing.
How do you like that?
Improving Texas state parks through reforestation and other projects.
We got one.
Yes, yes.
Every plate on a car, truck, trailer, or motorcycle means more money to support wild things and wild places in Texas.
These are the birds of North Deer Island. Near Galveston, North Deer is the largest rookery island on the upper Texas coast. And like many islands, it's under siege. A powerful force awaits offshore, threatening its existence. Houston Audubon Society's island warden, Bob Galloway, keeps an eye on North Deer.
The reddish egrets typically nest in this grove of trees right off the starboard bow. And this area is where most of the wading bird nest, great blue heron, great egret, snowies. The chicks are real aggressive, of course, competing with each other to get their share of the food, but there's so much activity when the adults first arrive.
But these chicks could be in trouble. North Deer suffers from erosion as wave action from barge traffic and high winds continually pound the shoreline.
Erosion really accelerated over the last 4 or 5 years. Rough estimates, probably 3 to 5 acres a year.
This natural island is nestled right next to the Gulf Intracoastal Waterway. And if left alone, in 30 years, the island and its prime rookery habitat would be reduced by almost 40%.
The erosion has eliminated much of the tern nesting habitat. Right now we have less than 100 pairs of terns on all of North Deer, where at one time we had several thousand.
18 species of birds rely on North Deer for nesting habitat, including the endangered brown pelican.
Those chicks now are getting near the point within a couple of weeks or actually move down to the shoreline, that's one of the most vulnerable times. If the parent can't find that chick to feed it, then it won't survive.
To help North Deer, Houston Audubon teamed up with Texas Parks and Wildlife and coastal ecologist Jamie Schubert. Jamie's here in the winter, after the nesting season is over, and the erosion is obvious.
This northeastern bluff is the most visually striking area of erosion on the island. It's been undermined by barge wakes and by northerly storms blowing in waves that have undermined the bottom of the bluff and caused collapse at the top that you can see, with these shrubs and other bushes falling down.
So to protect the shoreline, 24,000 tons of limestone rock make their way to North Deer.
I don't even think he's pushing it into the ground. He's just using it as a big paddle.
The material is coming from the contractor's quarry in Missouri, and they are barging it down the Mississippi River and along the Gulf Intercoastal Waterway. What this crew is doing is they're constructing a rock breakwater, and it'll trip the waves, reducing the wave energies that cause erosion on the island.
One huge shovelful after another. And eventually almost 2 miles of continuous rock surround the island.
There's some oyster catchers up on the rock ahead.
The island has actually grown as more ground nesting habitat was added for those terns.
We beefed up this side of the island with the dredge material and armored that with limestone rock.
And this rock will protect a new wetland.
The barge wakes had kind of breached this shoreline in here, so this project should allow this berm to kind of reestablish with marsh vegetation and give us a nice little marsh pond back in here.
It's the spring, and Parks and Wildlife is out to plant some marsh grasses.
You can get the upper ones, Stephen, I'll get the lower ones.
Okay.
The common name is smooth cordgrass. It's just sprigs now, but within 2 years, this whole area will be completely covered. It'll just be a solid field of grass, so it spreads really quickly. What the grass does, it provides an edge effect. It provides a habitat for different fish species, crustaceans such as shrimp and crabs. The birds will come and they'll feed in this area. So basically, it's just the home for all the animals of the bay.
This is another animal that relies on a healthy island marsh habitat.
They're Diamondback Terrapins, and this is the Texas subspecies.
Kelly Haskett from the University of Houston at Clear Lake is trying to determine the population of Diamondback Terrapins here in Galveston Bay.
There hasn't been too many studies on the Texas subspecies of the Diamondback Terrapin, and so we're just trying to get some baseline information.
Plastron width 5.95.
We're going to inject the pit tag right under the plastron.
If we capture an animal for a second time, we can tell if we've captured this animal before, where they were located, so we can track them in the future. We also do notching on their shell, which is another way to identify them in case they lose their microchip.
Kelly's professor, Dr. George Gillen,
A bit stronger this way.
looks for a female that was tagged with a radio transmitter.
Right around, there it is. Right, got it.
This is a female, you can tell because of her larger body size than the males. She's also got a larger head.
She seems to be doing well.
This study is one of the few ever done on the Texas Diamondback Terrapin, and biologists worry numbers are down.
It is very important that someone is doing research on what their populations are to determine if something needs to be done regulation-wise at a state or federal level to protect them.
One thing's for sure, islands in Texas bays need to be protected so terrapins will have a place to live.
If they didn't have this area, then they wouldn't have anywhere to nest or breed or survive.
Another nesting season is just underway, and Bob Galloway is back to see the improvements to North Deer.
Yeah, you can see where the birds are scattered on the new material, the clay. This point was one of the locations we were losing habitat every year. Well, there's some wild feeding activity with those cormorants right here. This smooth cordgrass, all of this is growing out from that shoreline is new.
With North Deer protected, Bob can rest easy, as these birds will have a place to call home for quite some time.
It's exciting just to see the increased numbers of birds we have this soon after the word.
It's a new day, but for the island, a return to its past.
It's just sort of like it used to be, and that's what's exciting about it.
The sunrise here at Choke Canyon is just extravagant. Just the different colors that come through, the birds in the background. It's just all worth getting up early in the morning just to hear and view that.
Halfway between San Antonio and Corpus Christi, Choke Canyon State Park may be quiet, but it's never dull.
If you're looking for an outdoor experience that will keep you busy the whole time you're visiting here at the park, Choke Canyon's the place to go. You can view the birds, you can catch the fish.
There we go.
You can relax and just enjoy nature at its best.
Located on the Great Texas Coastal Birding Trail, Choke Canyon is a grand central station for migrating birds.
You see where those egrets are over there? Snow egrets and great egrets.
A variety of other critters make their home here too.
See the rabbit, a cute little rabbit.
And if you think it's lively on land, wait until you try the water.
Oh yeah, here's one. Go. Yeah, I got another one.
The 26,000-acre Choke Canyon Reservoir is one of the best-kept fishing secrets in Texas.
There he is, folks, Choke Canyon. Look at the gut on that fish.
It's also a place to reconnect with what's important in life.
All of our grandkids have been down here. Every one of them's come down here with us and camped with us and saw the gators with us. Because I think camping and fishing is family.
Sometimes a little nature can go a long way.